We appreciate you joining us today here on America's Retirement Headquarters, home of the Retirement Guys Formula and America's Medicare Associates with Nolan Baker. 419-794-3030 is how you reach out. If you have questions about things we've talked about, you can also go to the website. That's arhq.com. Most baby boomers are going to enter retirement with their savings in a 401k, but maybe not for long. A recent USA Today article said, quote, our country would be a lot better off if the government abolished the 401k. Another one said the 401k is going to be gone in 10 years. The critics claim that people who've been able to save well in a 401k, they're in the top 10% of earners, which means that it is something that favors the rich. And the government loses $185 billion a year because, well, they're tax deferred. And that money could be used to solve 75% of the problems that people may be aware of we're facing with Social Security. So Nolan, you guys often talk about the tax time bomb that comes with the 401k. Would we be better off actually saving a different way?
Well, first of all, I think anybody who saves is a good thing.
Hmm.
Saving for your future is important. I think relying upon the government to take care of us is not a good strategy. You really want to, be in control of your own future. If I look back at the older generations, like my grandparents, I mean, pensions used to be a common theme, and I think,
Hmm.
that gave a lot of our grandparents peace of mind that they would work for a company for most of their lifetime, and then they retire and get a steady stream of income, and it's called mailbox money. Walk out and get their paychecks that's in the mailbox and enjoy retirement. And if they had a little bit of money set aside for savings, they could enjoy traveling and doing things. There's a lot to be said about that. And, you know, us people that are 50 or younger, the transition's been to the 401k plans. And, what that means is that you need to take personal responsibility for your own future. And when you think about it and you think about what options are better than a 401k, a couple of things that would come to mind. One of the challenging things I think about a 401k is the account owner, meaning the plan participant, at the end of the day, is ultimately the one that's responsible for making investment decisions. And I ask people when they come into the office, I'd be like, well, how did you pick the investment choice that you're in today? And the answers range anywhere from, well, I looked at which funds did the best over the last couple of years, and I picked those to, I just picked the ones that are based upon a target date strategy. And I get it because I realize that the financial planning and advice is somewhat detailed. It's no different than, I wouldn't be able to do what a doctor does. I wouldn't be able to do what a mechanic does in fixing vehicles. I know when I'm out of my realm, and a lot of these, plan participants, owners, they're out of their realm on making investment decisions. So it's no surprise that a 401k owner ultimately can get emotionally involved of trying to, get into the market, getting greedy when the market's doing well, taking abuse when the market goes down, and then making emotional decisions to make a change and get out. And that's why you see study after study have shown that a lot of the investors have underperformed overall. One of the things that we can do and help you out if you have a 401k and your 401k has a value greater than $250,000, what we have is we have a technology platform that we can help out on your 401k, even wherever it's held at. So it doesn't have to be held by our company. What we can do is lean over your shoulder, take a look at the different investment choices that you have, and then tell you what we feel would be a way to kind of diversify your plan based upon your own individual situation. We can give advice based upon a strategic asset allocation, so again, large, medium, small, international stocks or bonds. And we can also give advice based upon a tactical perspective, meaning that based upon market conditions, tell you when to have more equities or when to be more defensive based upon how we look at the markets in a technical perspective. That software that we offer is called Plan Confidence. So if you need advice on your 401k, we can give you advice on your 401k. Even if you have a financial advisor, you're just looking for advice on your 401k, Plan Confidence, we can help you out with that. Now, when we're looking at your 401k and we're thinking about, how do I invest my 401k? Where should I be putting my investment savings at? First and foremost, I want you to think about matching contributions. Whenever there's matching contributions within a 401k plan, I want you to make sure that you're taking advantage of the full company match. So if they'll match you 50 cents on the dollar up to 4%, that means you should be putting in 8% of your income to be able to get the full company match of 4%. Anytime there's free money on the table, you want to take advantage of that. The second thing I want you to look at is, does your 401k offer Roth contributions as an option? The overwhelming majority of the people that we meet with today have money in the traditional tax deferred 401k plan. And so, what society has said when you get older and retire, your tax rates will probably be lower. And so, you should save money on taxes today. That way, when you retire and your tax rates are low, you'll pull money out. As somebody who's done this for 30 years, and I've helped hundreds of families, most of the people who are successful savers in their retirement accounts are out enjoying retirement time. Their tax rates are not lower than when they were working. And in fact, with the looming out of control government debt that we have, I believe that across the board, tax rates could be higher for most Americans that are out there. So what we've seen over the last couple of years is we've seen 401ks incorporate what is called a Roth 401k option.
Hmm.
With a Roth 401k option, what that means is that you're not going to save the money in taxes today, but that money, if you follow the rules and regulations of how to set it up and when to withdraw the money, you have the potential to take that money out all tax free. So it's a little bit easier when you're paying the taxes on the seed, the smaller amount, meaning the money that's going in, versus paying the big taxes on the harvest, meaning after 10, 20, 30, 40 years of growing a 401k. So Roth could be a good option in a 401k depending upon your tax situation and your long-term goals and objectives. Number three, does your plan offer what is called a self-directed investment plan? Many investors will come into the office and they'll show me their 401k, and they feel like their investment choices are very limited, and or they don't like their investment choices. So, in some of the plans, if you're limited or don't like your investment choices, some of these plans allow you to set up what is called a self-directed investment plan. Within the self-directed investment plan, you can take a chunk of your money in the traditional plan, move it in this self-directed plan, and that usually opens up a pretty large spectrum of different investment choices. So if there's something that you wanted to add in that's more tailored to your individual situation, that self-directed option in your 401k could be things to look at. Number four is a younger family. I remember being a younger family, when my wife and I were young and had kids. A younger family, still a good idea to save, but I think in a younger family situation, and by younger, I mean somebody in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, that younger family, may want to consider putting as much money into the 401k to get the company match, but instead of maxing out their contributions to their 401, maybe considering redirecting the money over the company match into permanent life insurance policy for a portion of their savings. When I look at the life insurance policy that I have, the reason that I have the policy is, God forbid, if I would have died young when I was early on, my family would have been protected with the tax-free life insurance death benefit that would have been paid out to my wife, allowing her to do things like pay off the mortgage or, have income to live off of and or get my kids through college. In addition to that, with my life insurance policy, I have what is called a critical and chronic illness rider. So if I get hurt, if I have a heart attack, if I get a diagnosis of cancer or had a stroke, or in that situation, it allows me to accelerate my benefits. If I have some type of terminal illness and my prognosis is I'm not going to live past 12 months, I have the ability where I could accelerate my business and, spend the last year doing what I want to do with my family and or getting my financial affairs in order. Or because of the fact that it's permanent insurance down the road, long time in the future, when we're thinking about things like long-term care and slowing down, I have the ability where I can accelerate my benefits. So permanent life insurance can be good, for a younger family, and it could be a good solution to kind of complement what's called the overall comprehensive a plan. If no 401k Roth options are available, number five is consider opening a Roth IRA if you're eligible. That could be a good solution for you. So that could be five different ideas to do and things to think about when you're looking at your 401k. So again, if you have a 401k and it's been longer than a year since somebody has sat down with you and talked to you about individual advice. In fact, I have people that come into the office all the time that have told me they've never got individual advice, that they've had their plan as a set it and forget it approach from the time that they've had it.
Hmm.
If you have greater than $250,000 in your 401k, you would really benefit from us having a conversation. Again, we can talk about using the technology that we have to help you make what would be a more informed investment decision. If you're worried about the markets and you want to incorporate circuit breakers, we can talk to you about downside risk management. And if you want to talk about the investment allocations and where to put the contributions as well as how much contributions, or if there are other options, we can kind of walk you through that approach easy. That's something that we do. That's again our area of specialty, and we'd be happy to go over it with you.
Just to reiterate, any money saved, any money put in towards a 401k or towards your retirement is great. That should be lauded. But if there are ways to make your money work harder for you, to make it work better for you, more efficient for you down the line, when would you want to know about it? I would think as soon as possible. Maybe your 401k is great and you've got all these options checked off and you're set. But if there's a way, a tweak here and there where you can make it, more profitable for you down the line and less profitable to Uncle Sam, perhaps, I think it's worth taking a look at. And that is what the team, as Nolan said, day in and day out, that is what they do at America's Retirement Headquarters, is help people make sure they get to, through, and beyond retirement, keeping as much of their money as possible. It all starts with that phone call, 419-794-3030. Once again, 419-794-3030. You can always find them online at arhq.com. As always, want to thank you for joining us here on America's Retirement Headquarters. Hope you have a great week ahead of you. Hope you stay cool out there, stay safe out there. Nolan, always grateful for the time. As we wrap up here, I'd like to give you the final word.
Yeah, everybody just enjoy the beautiful weather, enjoy the great week. We'll be back next week, same time, right here on Toledo's largest talk station. And when you think retirement, think America's Retirement Headquarters. It's home of the Retirement Guys Formula and America's Medicare Associates.